Someone once lived in our neighborhood who was accustomed to selling a bull to buy a weapon. He was a person who never possessed a firearm. Because he didn't own a weapon, people used to look down on his words. Seeing that the whole country was well equipped and armed, his wife, feeling that he was the only one left inadequate, remarked, "You are the only one left without a weapon. It seems you are just a coward." There is a saying, "He who has, buys and carries. He who doesn't, borrows." Only the coward remains unarmed, relying on mere talk. Later, whether through a loan or by some other means, he gathered what he had, sold what was necessary, and finally bought a guard rifle. To make matters worse, as soon as he acquired the firearm, he had neither the true heart nor the practice for it. Aside from harboring a desire to be a soldier, he had never actually fired a bullet. Days passed. Whether going down to the valley or climbing up the hills, he would fire that guard rifle completely at random, never managing to hit where his heart intended. One evening, his youngest child came to our house and said, "You are invited to come over for a respectful cup of coffee." But before even 5 minutes had passed, the boy rushed back and said, "Never mind. My mother says, forget about coming over, the coffee pot has cracked and spilled over," and he left. Now, in our culture, when someone invites you for coffee or a feast, it is customary to delay and arrive about 20 or 30 minutes late to avoid looking greedy. The boy came for the third time and said, "My mother says, are you coming or not? I am about to clear things away," and he left. His wife replied, "Oh, we are coming." A short while after the invitation, the man fired a bullet into the air with his gun. His wife cried out, "Oh no! Go and see if that untrained farmer who fired the shot has accidentally hit our coffee pot," and she stood up. When they arrived at the man's house, the guard rifle owner was weeping and wailing, saying, "Woe is me! It was just when they stayed away for a long time without coming that I decided to fire the shot." His wife, looking at the muzzle of the gun, said, "Oh nigger, just to shoot a couple of rounds, you went and destroyed a coffee pot worth 150 birr. Look what you have done to it," and she sat down. The next morning, his wife went out, saying she would find a replacement pot for her husband. As she was returning from the market, she found her cow collapsed right at the doorstep. When she turned it over to look, she found a bullet from a Kalashnikov lodged right in its belly. When Nagar was questioned, he pleaded, "I saw something running and thought it was an enemy, so I fired out of panic. That's how it hit her." Despite this, on the 15th day, the sound of gunfire was heard once again.